Common sense would tell me, you can't tell me you know a vaccine's efficacy is debatable, but you're figuring it out, but you know it's safe. If you couldn't possibly know it's safe because you would need 5-10 years to really know it's safe, just common sense.
I love your approach of let's just think for a minute. Let's just apply common sense. It normally takes a decade or more to produce a vaccine that is safe and effective and to demonstrate that it's safe. The usual standard with the FDA is that you allow at least 2 years after you have administered the phase 3 material to at least 3,000 people for a vaccine. Often the FDA wants many more people than that. And you follow them for 2 years at least to see whether or not they're generating autoimmune problems, etc. And you're dead on. I mean, any of you can do the math, okay? Have shortcuts been taken? Normally it takes 3 years to evaluate the data. This was deployed in 8 months, 6 months or less after the phase 3 trials were completed. So it doesn't take a genius to figure out the common sense that we don't have the information. In terms of safety in pregnancy, reproductive toxicology, reproductive risks, potential birth defects, the honest truth is, whatever they tell you, we don't have the data. So whomever is speaking, if they're telling you that it's safe, but they haven't actually done the studies, I think you can figure out that that means that they're not being, let's say gently, truthful with you.
Were women even included, were pregnant women even included in the clinical trials?
Of course they weren't. The NIH just funded the study like a week ago on reproductive toxicology and birth defects in children. The study, the major study on potential risks in pregnancy wasn't started until after, about almost a month after, the CDC said it's okay to go ahead and start taking the vaccine.
For people who don't know, a good percentage of the COVID of the vaccine, the spike protein, the lipid nanoparticles, actually goes to the ovaries. They knew this before they started, that this is what happened. So I do think, while there might not have been intent, anybody who did that kind of work would know that they would actually go to those places. That's what they do. They go through those very easily. And of course, they're carrying spike protein. Spike protein, we know, is going to cause inflammation in the ovaries. What do we know about that? Well, as Dr. Malone said, we don't know what that means. Is that going to affect fertility? We don't know.